Turkana in northwestern Kenya is a land of contradictions. A dominant feature of the county is the second biggest lake in the whole of the country. Yet the reality for many people who live here is a grueling hunt for water, sometimes involving women and children, in a walk of up to 20 kilometers. There have been many attempts to tackle the problem. Government agencies and well-meaning voluntary organisations, church groups and charities have drilled and equipped water boreholes. But when they've finished, they leave. Eventually the pump breaks down and the community doesn't have the skills, the money or the contacts to carry out the repairs. A changing climate is making matters worse.
We've recently come out of a period of significant rainfall, which means that this river is here. Under normal circumstances, it wouldn't be here. The only water source in this area is the generator pumping from that open well that you can see behind me.
Clearly the water from an open well is not going to be the cleanest and carries the risk of waterborne diseases. This community of around 20,000 people is the principal source of fish for the county's capital city and the whole region.
Crazy, isn't it? We're standing on the shores of the second biggest lake in Kenya, and yet the people who are eking out a living from fishing on the shores of this enormous expanse of water survive as a result of water that comes to them in jerry cans from the open well that we saw a little while ago.
The lake water is undrinkable. It's very saline and actually quite polluted. Away from the lake, the county has other challenges.
So it's an incredibly pressured environment already, and on top of that we've got the biggest refugee camp in Africa, home, albeit temporarily, to approximately 300,000 citizens, putting enormous additional pressure on this already stressed environment.
There are more refugees coming here every day with the conflicts in neighbouring Sudan, Somalia and Ethiopia. It's a vast county, arid and semi-arid, with a largely pastoralist community, somehow making life work with very little water. Our aim is to try and address some of that water poverty in the coming years with a sustainable model that will work for this generation and the generations to come.